Welcome back to another 10-minute yoga session. Today is all about the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, just finding a little bit of mobility and flexibility. A great one to do a couple of times a week if you really want to work on increasing your flexibility in the hamstrings. So if you do know that you are slightly tighter in the backs of the legs, grab a couple of blocks. If you don't have blocks, use something that represents them, a couple of books or a couple of cans of soup or something. And we're going to go ahead and get just started in a tabletop position. So come onto your hands and onto your knees. Just bring the hands underneath the shoulders, really spread and press through the fingertips. From here, extend the right toes to the back of the mat. Bring the toes onto the floor and then begin to press the heel towards the back of the room. You might already begin to feel that muscle open. Now from here, begin to use your right toes just to rock forwards and backwards. So bring in the weight forwards into the wrists and then pushing the heel towards the back of the room. And this is just going to begin to wake up through the back of the calf muscle and the back of the hamstring muscle. Really nice. And then find stillness. From there, just place the right knee back underneath the hip and then switch sides. Extend the left toes to the back of the room. Again, use your left toes to just rock forwards and backwards. Try to make the movement quite big and bold so you're really pressing the heel towards the back of the room. Really nice. And then find stillness. Come back to tabletop. From there, go ahead and tuck your toes under. As you inhale, lift your hips up and back. Come into your downward facing dog. Now, this is a great one to stretch through the whole body. So if your hamstrings are tight here, just let there be a nice generous bend into the knees. And then from there, begin to bend one knee and straighten the other. So just like you're walking a dog, just kind of bend one knee, straighten the other. And as you're doing that, really begin to press each heel down towards the mat. So you're really getting into the backs of the legs. Perfect. And then from there, find stillness with the feet. Bend the knees. Begin to walk the hands all the way to the back of the mat, coming towards the feet. Let the head hang heavy. Let the knees bend and just find this kind of ragdoll shape. Just taking a moment here just to open up through the back body. Maybe sway a little bit from side to side. Really nice. And then find stillness. As you inhale, bring your hands onto your shins or your thighs. Look forwards. And as you exhale, just forward fold again over the legs. We'll do that once more. So as you inhale, find a flat back, hands to thighs, shins or floor. And then exhale to forward fold. Really nice. One more inhale, flat back, hands to thighs, shins or floor. And then this time, exhale, place the hands down, walk the hands all the way back into your downward facing dog. Nice. From down dog, look between the thumbs. You can drop the left knee if you need to. And we're going to step the right foot forwards between the thumbs. Come into this kind of runner's lunge position. Think about pressing the back of the left knee towards the sky and trying to draw the hips forward. So a great hip flexor stretch as well. Lovely. From here, drop your left knee down. Inhale, draw the chest forwards, open up across the throat. And then as you exhale, begin to straighten that right leg, coming into a half split. Now this is where you might need a couple of blocks underneath the hands. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, draw the right hip back and just really try to flex through that right foot. Take a big breath in as you draw the heart forwards. And then exhale, just imagine you're going to get your chin towards your shin. You can have a little bend if you need to. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Let's take one more breath in. And one more breath out. Really nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, begin to bend back into the right knee. Place your hands at the top of the mat. Come back to your runner's lunge, low lunge. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, and then begin to walk your hands towards the long edge of the mat. Turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of the mat. If you need blocks underneath the hands, then that's a good idea. Otherwise, hands can be onto the mat. From there, big breath in as you look forward. Stick the bum up towards the sky, flat back. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs. Nice. Now, if you want to find stillness, then of course go for it. Otherwise, here I invite you just to begin to bend into one knee and then bend into the other knee. So you're finding a little bit of a dynamic stretch here, just moving from side to side. Backs of the legs are getting opened, but also the inner thighs, the inner hamstrings. Really, really nice. And then come back to center, back to stillness. Inhale, find that flat back again, look forwards. Exhale, look to the front of the mat, turn your right toes forwards, walk the hands around, find that runner's lunge. Inhale, look forwards, open up across the chest. And then exhale, we're going to step the left foot to meet the right foot, coming into a forward fold. Good. Now this time bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can try and get the chest onto the thighs. Option to have hands on blocks, otherwise 2 peace fingers come around the big toes. Take an inhale, lift the chest, look forwards. And as you exhale, forward fold over the legs. If you're holding your big toes, use the grip to kind of draw yourself down. And instead of in this pose thinking about desperately trying to straighten the legs, think about just lifting the tailbone up towards the sky. So you're trying to keep that thigh and chest connection. Just a couple of breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Really, really nice. As you inhale, find that flat back again, hands to shins, thighs or floor. And then this time, exhale, place the hands down. We're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat. Find that runner's lunge again. Just draw the hip forwards. Find that stretch through the front of the right hip. Perfect. And then go ahead and drop the right knee down. Big breath in as you look forwards. Lift the chest. And then exhale, half splits. Begin to send that walk the hands back, straighten that left leg. Again, using your props if you want to. And again, just think about really drawing the left toes towards the face. Just breathing here. And just to note, there shouldn't be any pain or force. So if you're finding it painful, please don't push the body. Just listening to the body, feeling the stretch, but knowing its limits. Let's take another big breath in. And a slow breath out. Lovely. Inhale, find a flat back, look forwards. Exhale, rebend the left knee, place the hands to the front of the mat. Tuck the right toes, lift the left knee. And then this time we're just going to step it straight back into downward facing dog. Once you get there, just begin again to bend one knee and then the other. Hopefully feeling a little bit more open this second round of down dog. Perfect. And then find stillness, look forwards, and then go ahead and just drop your knees to the mat. Swing the legs around, sit down onto the bum, and just release your legs to the front of the mat. Bring your feet together. Just find your sit bones. You can sit on a block if you need to. And then just grab hold of your waist. Imagine there's a metal bar in between your top body and your bottom body. From there, I want you to just inhale, lift open through the chest. And then as you exhale, begin to hinge from the hips as you forward fold. When the hamstrings are like absolutely not, I want you to stay there and just release your hands either onto the shins, the feet, or the thighs. And just breathe into the stretch that hopefully you feel through the backs of the legs. Just taking a big breath in. And a slow breath out. Let's take 2 more like that. Big breath in. And a slow breath out. Maybe going a little bit deeper with each exhale. Let's take 1 more big breath in. And a slow breath out. Really, really nice. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release the fold. Give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. Really, really nice. And then from there, let's just bend both knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Take the hands behind you. Take the feet really wide and just take a moment to just kind of rock the knees from side to side. So windshield wiper the legs, just dropping the knees to the left and then the right, just to kind of release all of that work. Perfect. And then when you're ready, just come back to seated, back to normal, and you are good to go. Well done. Thank you for joining me. As I said, this is a great one to do maybe a few times a week just to really work on the flexibility in the lower body. But if you did enjoy it, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out in bringing you these videos. So yeah, until next time, thank you for joining and I will see you soon.